हरे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धे भवतु मे सदा वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम. Can someone recollect what is it that we saw last? So we found the link and we can move ahead. I believe we are in the 11th adhyay. Yes, please. Anybody?
Hariom, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So in the last yesterday, Shri Krishna continued telling Arjuna about his different manifestations in the world. So he started with saying that among letters he is imperishable Kal. He is the death he is the death for those who have born, and birth for who are already gone through death. The Kirti, Vani, intellect, Smriti, Kshama, all are the divine feminine qualities of the all are the divine feminine qualities. He is a Gayatri mantra spring among seasons, and just he also explained that sometimes to beat the cunning person, you also need to be cunning, and that cunningness, that gambler's deception is it's him. On the other hand, he is also the purity of the heart for everything else. So yeah, he said that he is the glory of the glorious, victory of the victorious. I mean, among devas, he is Krishna. Among Pandavas, he is Arjun, and he is Vyas. So, like this, he said that he has his manifestations are basically innumerable, and he said, "I'm just giving you the glimpse." And only those which you will be able to relate, Arjuna, and you don't need to know maybe all you can meditate upon any and contemplate upon any of these. So anyone is fine. And yeah, he also said that this universe has originated from very small in a part of energy of mind. And after that, I think Arjuna says that I am now I don't have any doubts. I am no more delusional, and he is able to actually connect the dots upon what Sri Krishna has been saying since first or second adhyaya about different concepts that he has introduced about death, the journey, the karma, and everything, and his presence in this srishti everywhere. So on that, he just requests Shri Krishna that please give me that darshan of your divinity. Probably he's asking for is that Vishwaroop darshan now.
All right, perfectly said, Chaitanya ji. And that is a very special experience when the dots connect in life. Sometimes things are too scattered. You're not able to understand why it's happening. But when it does, that realization, that gives a great sense of peace. And right now, Arjuna has suddenly found, means even in unfavorable moments, he has been able to understand that, chalo, theek hai, there's something, a conscious moment is there. A conscious moment is there in all of it. Even in death, even in different other aspects, something which Arjuna thought, what is it? What is material life? What is spiritual life? What am I going through? Why am I going through? All these questions suddenly connected as Krishna was describing. And how did it happen? Somewhere he recognized the presence of the divinity. And this is something like a sakshatkar or a realization. Arjuna has got it. He has not got the full realization, but at least a partial understanding has come to him. And he's able to understand that. Yes, there's a beautiful quote attributed to the Buddha. It says, when you realize how perfect everything is, you will tilt your head and laugh at the sky. Now, I do not know if there are reels in the sky which are going to make us laugh, or what is it that's going to make us laugh. But the connecting of dots, suddenly, sometimes even in the vast, beautiful sky, you just see and right, there's this moment, something. That is what we can say awakening of the consciousness. So it is happening. And what has Arjuna done? Very beautifully, we see the dialogue between Krishna. He says, Krishna, it is beyond me. But if you wish, I know it's possible. If you wish, because I recognize you as the supreme divine. So why not? What is impossible for the divine? A lot of things are impossible for me, but not for the divine. So please, I request you, my Krishna, please show me the will of thy working. Let me recognize. You have talked about so many vibhutis. I asked you for the first time, so how can I recognize the divine in this Srishti? In this Bhuloka, you gave me examples. I will use them. But darshan do ghansham nath mori akhiya pyasi re. My eyes are thirsty for a darshan, and if you wish, I will receive it. And this experience of a darshana, I think many people have heard. Have we heard of this? People having darshanas? Anyone? Somebody got a darshana. My relative got, my father's brother's elder brother or a uncle. Some connection is there in many homes. Okay, this person got a darshana. That person got a darshana. Has anybody heard of it? Anybody in your family? Anyone somewhere? Or some vision, something of that sort? No? Then I think we can all be the first people then in our families to get it. Let us see. Anyway, let us continue. Krishna goes on because this is an experience. This is an experience. Experience of darshan also is something is suddenly the will of the divine working is visible in this srishti, in this bhuloka. The mystic hand that moves everything behind the unseen providences of things. Behind the wheel of Maya, there is a beautiful movement going on, and some people get that. Arjuna wants it, and he feels no better chance than now. Now is the best time, and Krishna, you show it. And let us see. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Krishna is happy and he does not even say anything. He just says, okay, he agrees. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Pashya me partha rupani shatashotha sahasrashah nana vidhani divyani nana varna krutini cha. Shri Krishna then spoke, O Arjuna, behold, for I will display to you my 100,000 forms shall stand in your view, all divine in their multitudinous shapes, hues, and kinds, in all their dimensions that are otherwise beyond the mind. We know three dimensions, isn't it? What is the fourth dimension? Well, fourth dimension is another different thing. It will again. Yes, Aditi, please tell me. Yes, ji.
Yes,
You
yes,
are. Huh?
that
Kala.
time.
Acha, Kala is the fourth dimension. And when we talk about projections and orthographic projections, when we talk about dimensions, three three coordinates into in space, isn't it?
Hmm.
Fourth. Say fourth is time, and imagine fourth merging into the three. If
Yeah.
anybody has this designing ideas or concept of how designs are made, yes, if you see projections, if you see what is a two-dimensional, everything is two-dimensional, isn't it? And for one dimension, it's just a dot if you look at it. But when you look in two dimension, it has got one direction, another two coordinates. But when you see three dimension, again bringing it into a two dimension is difficult. So in our world where we are perceiving everything in what we call three dimensions, probably Arjuna is receiving a glimpse of other dimension also. He says, Arjuna, behold, I will display to you 100,000 forms. My 100, all the vibhutis, you want to see, no? Vishwarupa, I will show it to you. In all their shapes, all their hues, all the kinds, different colors, a riot of colors, different colors, which he has known, which he has not known also. I think if you see, we can only see what is in the visible range, isn't it? The seven colors which we attribute to the rainbow. But there is something in the infrared region, there is something in the ultraviolet region, and we do not know if there are other regions also. But this is something. Krishna goes on. पश्यादित्यान् वसून् रुद्रान् अश्विनौ मरुतस्तथा बहूनि अदृष्टपूर्वाणि पश्यश्चर्याणि भारत. Observe, O Arjuna, the many forms of the Adityas, the Vasus, the Ashwini twins, the Maruts, and the Rudras. None before on earth have ever thus witnessed these supra-mortal wonders. None has experienced. Because no one has experienced this, is what Krishna is saying. You see, Adityas, all the Surya, the Vedic Devatas, the Adityas are present. The Vasus are present. The Ashwini Kumars are present. The Maruts are present. The Rudras, all of these. Anybody has heard of any of these devatas? Yes? Anyone? Can someone tell me? Yes, sir. Dr. Atulji, you were saying something?
No, no, I wasn't saying anything. I was
Okay. All right. Rudras we have heard, isn't it? Yes, Aditi, you were telling
Yeah,
something?
yeah, I was saying that Bhishma was also part of Vasu and all his.
Ha, miss those elements of what we can say. Agni is there. Yes, Jayati ji is adding something. Yes, ma'am.
Rudra is Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva's.
Shiva
It's
is
in the
Rudra.
whip. Yeah,
And Ashwini Kumar, there are two persons,
the twins, divine horsemen.
divine
Yes,
twins, Ashwini Kumar and Vasu.
Devas of the Rudra, of the Ayurveda, isn't it? Ashwini
We had
Kumars.
the numbers in early in our studies, earlier days in our studies, that 8 for Ashtavashu.
Hmm. It
Or
was so. Yes, yes, yes. So these all the devatas, means there are 33 types of gods, all of them suddenly Arjuna is seeing. Arjuna is seeing all of them in front of him. And Krishna is saying, observe Arjuna, rejoice, celebrate what you are going to see. And suddenly, from where is it appearing? From Krishna, his charioteer. Suddenly, something is broken. The mortal envelope also is not appearing the same now. Suddenly, the vision that is behind what is behind this is visible. Krishna goes on, and he says, none on earth have ever thus witnessed these supramortal wonders, none has experienced. He says, nobody has fully experienced this the way I am showing it to you. You know, that is the beauty of the Gita also. It never happened before, it will never happen again. Exactly the way it happened in the Gita. It may be different for each person. But even for Arjuna, he asks Krishna again, Krishna, in the Mahabharata after the battle, Krishna, what you told was brilliant. That moment was everything. But now it looks like I may have missed something into my memory, into Maya, into Prakriti as I'm functioning. Looks like I've forgotten. I need to hear again. Krishna says, no, I cannot tell you the same thing. Why? I cannot only tell it myself, is what he says. Everybody's surprised. What is the meaning of this? Well, he says that moment, that kala, that shana has to come, and Arjuna will never remain the same Arjuna after this. The questions that Arjuna had will not come again into Arjuna's mind. And you see, that is the beauty of it. Where Arjuna has been vulnerable, now he'll not be like that. He'll have different side of question. And when Krishna did, he said, I will give you the wisdom, but it will not be the same again. That is why we have what is called Anugita, which is different from Srimad Bhagavad Gita in number of verses also. Here we have 700. Anugita, it is lesser. And Krishna says, Yoga Yukto. When I was in the state of yoga, that time I was connected with the Supreme Consciousness while talking to you, I was able to share. It may not happen again the same way. So something like that, Arjuna has got his moment right now. And he is just relishing it. No one has experienced like this, is what Krishna says. He goes on. Ihaikastam jagat krutsnam पश्चाद्य स चराचरम मम देहे गुडाकेश यच्चान्य दृष्टुमिच्छसि. It's party for the bhakta. He says, what you wish, whatever you wish, you watch, you see, is what he's saying. Witness today, O Arjuna, the universe complete, with all the mobile and immobile forms replete. Observe them to be united, and yet they're part of me. Means suddenly, even the Srishti is visible, is able to understand. Sometimes it's actually very poetic, the very concept of our universe itself, how things have originated, how we are all interconnected, how planets are revolving. It's not just some random something, somebody opened a pack of chips and they scattered. It's not like that. There is a beautiful, and it's actually beautifully vibrant. And Arjuna is getting to see all of it. He says, observe them to be united. They're all looking connected, and yet they are a part of me. And also glimpse everything else that you wish to see. And now, slowly, what's going to happen? This is not, is it a stationary picture that Krishna is showing to Arjuna? No, it's dynamic vision. So there is change, there is transformation, like we saw color, shapes, hues, all of it. Probably even the other sensory elements are involved. Sound also, maybe smell also, the eyesight also, and it's something which is overwhelming. It's not possible by our ordinary, what we can say, indriyas. We need something more. न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे yogameshwaram. By the mortal eye, you cannot just see and bear the vision that will soon be. There is an inner eye which I shall now awaken within you, so that a vision of my divine yoga you can behold and view. Krishna is saying this. He says, you cannot just see it with your ordinary naked eye, because it will not be able to bear. What is our eye can, what can our eye see? Well, our eye is so limited. We need glasses, either myopia or hypometropia, something is there only. But even if we don't wear glasses, still we have limitation, isn't it? Eagle can see from so far away with such accuracy, high resolution always. It doesn't need cameras. But look at our eyes. Again, we have limitation of what is, we are not able to see what is infrared. We're not able to see what is ultraviolet. And Krishna is saying, I will give that to you so that you'll be able to bear. He says, you cannot just see and bear the vision that will soon be. There is an inner eye which I shall now awaken within you, so that a vision of my divine yoga you can behold and view. I will open. Divyam dadami te chakshuh. Krishna is like that, always giving every time. Dadami buddhi yogam, I'll give you the knowledge. Now he says, I'll give you the capacity to see also. Divyam dadami te chakshuh. I will give you that inner eye. Now, what does that mean? Is Krishna some kind of, weird or really great doctor, ophthalmologist, who is now going to insert another eye? Or like in nowadays, the animes, people have these, people like, bulbs, people give the eyes. And then is what is happening to Arjuna? What is this inner eye that Krishna is opening inside of Arjuna?
Divya Drishti.
Divya Drishti, Divya Drishti. Yeah, but Arjuna is an alien? No. So Divya Drishti for Arjuna is possible, meaning is it possible for every one of us? Yes, that is the most important aspect. Yes, it is possible. Now just see, imagine if by Divya Drishti, even sometimes Krishna keeps saying, no, Yaha Pashyati Saha Pashyati. Who can see, can see. Meaning who is able to see behind, who's able to see behind the Maya, who is able to see behind all of the outer appearances, who is able to identify what is happening in the unseen providences of things. We can call that also Drishti, isn't it? Imagine Dhritarashtra. If he did not have the Divya Drishti of full Darshana also is okay. If he had a little bit Drishti of, see, what am I doing? My own children. Am I sending them to their graves? What am I doing? If he had that realization, he would have taught them, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. These are my children. They are also your brothers. Let us live in harmony. Let us become greater together. But that drishti was missing. Many times, it's not about just the eyes. Damleji did the Vedic Chants program for children with autism in 2012. That time he had written beautifully. Most people are having the senses. They can see, they can talk. Special children have some difficulty, sometimes even basic actions, because they're overwhelmed with their inputs. Sensory inputs are too much, especially in the children with autism. Ordinary sounds are heard slightly differently. But if most people are having the senses, but they are not capable of using them. These so-called, these children, these special children, well, they were able to not only see and talk, he said they were able to even respond from the soul domain. And he experienced that while working with the children. And see how important it is. We talk to people, but we don't really connect with the spirit, isn't it? With so many people. This aspect is very important to get an insight. If you get the insight, little actions, which may be mundane, which may be ordinary, which may be boring, will suddenly become will awaken the divinity which is hidden. Because this divinity is omnipresent, this divinity is omniscient, and it is hidden only. We need that chakshu, and this is what Krishna is giving Arjuna, but he's also giving him that vision. My question is, if you are in Arjuna's place right now and Krishna is offering that to you, what will your reaction be? Just even imagine it, just for imagination. Vachane ka daridrata. Why should we be poor in our thoughts or imagination? Why not? I am in Arjuna's place and Krishna gives it to me. What will be the reaction? Anybody?
Yeah, I'll take it.
You'll take it. Okay, but what will be the bhava? I think we will all grab it, of course. But what will be the bhava? Yeah, take it, de diya. All right, or it will be something else. Suresh ji Singh, is it, sir? Yes, sir. Uh, I think you are unmuted. You're not muted. You're not unmuted yet, sir. Are you receiving a notification? You can click on it if you can on the left-hand side. I think there's some network problem then, probably, sir. We'll just give one more moment. We'll try if it is working. Otherwise, we will hear from you from the either in the group or something like after the session. Is it okay, sir? Yeah, once you can have a try once more. Yes, sir. No, sir, I'm not able to hear you, sir. Again, Maya of Krishna, maybe. All right. Yes. Sir is trying. Till then, anybody else would like to? You please. Yes, please. If you are in Arjuna's place, you have asked for it. Krishna, give me the darshana. Hi, Suresh ji has got unmuted. Yes, sir.
Ah, I said I will be scared to receive it.
You'll be scared to receive it.
Ah,
But will there be
whether
Ananda?
yes,
Yes, isn't
I
it,
would
sir?
like it. The desire is there, but am I
Capable
capable of it?
of handling it. Am I capable of handling it?
Doubt will be there.
Okay, some
Clarity will not.
All right, sir. All right, sir. Ji, thank you, sir. So there's out of
Am
humanity,
I
sir.
am
Yeah.
I am I deserving it or not? Something
Okay,
like
do
that.
I deserve this among so many
Ah,
people in the world? Why am I? Am I
yeah,
that most exalted one
yeah,
in this plane? But getting it itself is something, isn't it? So mixed emotions will be there. There will be excitement.
yes.
All right. Fine. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's move on. If you are in Arjuna's place. Yes, anybody. What will be the bhava? More the emotion inside.
Overwhelmed.
Okay, Manisha ji says overwhelmed. So, all right. And obviously, happiness will be a big factor, isn't it? Inside. Wow. Okay, I am going to see. It will be something surreal. So, let us see. Sanjay speaks now to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is also hearing about it. All his life, Dhritarashtra has been visualizing only through Shruti. He's not been able to see, but now he's also going to hear about the Darshana. Like all of us, I think we are also like Dhritarashtra, isn't it? We should be thankful to Sanjay. Because of that, we are also able to get to know what was 5,000 plus years ago. It is still preserved. Sanjay Uvacha. Evam Uktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupamaishwaram. With these words, O King, the Lord of Yoga, Sri Krishna, blessed Arjuna with his supreme form's revelation, the Darshana, the destroyer of all sins, the Godhead divine, displayed to him all his infinite forms, resplendent and fine. So Sanjay says, see, Yogeshwara, the Lord of Yoga, Sri Krishna has displayed. Suddenly, it's like dark clouds suddenly part, brilliant light starts coming in, moist eyes are witnessing the arrival of not one, so many heroes. Where were they? Where have you been? I was seeking you, and suddenly, and look at Arjuna's situation. The worst point of his life, he is there, front and back, his own people, all going to enter. Suddenly, he's surrounded, he's not alone, he's getting that everywhere. अनेक वक्त्र नयनम अनेक अद्भुत दर्शनम अनेक दिव्याभरणम दिव्यानेकोद्यतायुधम. The Godhead with the infinite eyes and faces, armed with weapons and warheads divine at different places, displayed his innumerable forms, wondrous and dazzling, with countless divine jewels and ornaments gleaming. So Krishna says, this supreme Vishwarupa is standing in front of Arjuna. So many eyes, infinite faces. Anybody has heard of this? Sahasra Shirsha Purushah Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat. Has anybody heard of this mantra? It is a part of a Vedic invocation of the Supreme Purusha. It is a Purusha Sukta of the Veda. Arjuna is not just hearing about the Purusha Sukta, this time he is witnessing it in front of him. Infinite eyes, so many faces, suddenly warheads, weapons. Imagine all great nuclear weapons, all suddenly standing in front of him. So powerful is that vision. His innumerable forms, they're all wondrous, they're all dazzling, they're gleaming. And also they are beautifully ornamented also with divine jewels and ornaments gleaming. दिव्यमाल्याम्बरधरं दिव्यगन्धानुलेपनं सर्वश्चार्यमयं देवम् अनन्तं विश्वतोमुखम्. Garlanded with heavenly adornments and celestial scents and fragrant anointments, a supreme being stood before him with infinite mouths replete, and a splendorous brilliance embellished the god complete. So this, not just the eyes, we are able to experience the different sugandhas, so many fragrances suddenly coming. Arjuna, who knows what it is? That one participant who had got her Vishwarupa experience, she talked about gardenia smell, or what we can say, she got another fragrance. But many times when people go into meditation also, they get suddenly a fragrance. And we have seen in Vibhuti Darshan, I am that Divya Gandha. I am the fragrance, the essence, what we call it, attar, or the essential, beautiful, original, pure fragrance. Right now, Arjuna is getting overwhelmed. Probably the sounds also are different, which he's hearing, but the smells also, he's getting beautiful fragrances right now. It's like sensory, all a complete integral treat he is experiencing. A surreal being stood before him with infinite mouths replete, and a splendorous brilliance embellished the god complete. It was like a teja which was so beautiful. He can say, this is Deva. This is God, according to Arjuna. He's seeing that. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapad Uttita Yadi Bhaha Sadrishi Sa Syat Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha. As if 1,000 suns had together emerged. One sunrise is difficult for our eyes to see. We can see in the early hours of the dawn the rise of the sun, but not one, as if 1,000 suns. What will happen then? Suddenly light, isn't it? And what light? Everything will appear like just white suddenly. All colors have also become merged into one. That brilliance he is seeing. And as if their brilliance had coalesced and merged, so was the divine's glorious refulgence. So overwhelming was the heavenly magnificence. It was brilliant, beyond imagination. Tatraikastham jagatkritsnam pravibhakta manekadha apashya deva devasya sharire pandavastada. Oh Arjuna, and Arjuna was struck with awe. As is in the very mortal envelope of Krishna, he saw the vision of God, of God's supreme, the mighty creator of existence's every realm. So in the Sharira, what is Sharira? Sharira itself means what? Which is going to, which is Shara, which is going to get destroyed, which is mortal, which is limited, which has so many faults. That is Sharira. But look at it how, look at the contrast from the Sharira of his Krishna. He has suddenly seen an emanation, and this is so, what we can say, it is looking pratyaksha, it is looking sthula, like the Sharira only it is appearing, but it is coming out from him. And with such clarity, he is able to see that he is struck with awe. The creator, this is the Deva. This is the Jagatpati. He is the one who created the universe. This spirit of force is visible. He goes on further. He says, Tataha sa vismayavisto Rishtaroma Dhananjaya Pranamya Shirasa Devam Krutanjalirahashata. Seeing the Vishwaroopam, most magnificent and beautiful, and also inconceivably terrible and powerful, trembling at the hair-raising and surreal vision, Arjuna prostrated, offering his full bodily submission. Full Sashtang Dandavat Sashtang Namaskar. Why is it called Sashtanga Namaskar? Why do the people do a full body submission? It's like you are so great. I cannot, the person's humility is pushing that person as if gravity is functioning much more stronger for that person. He says, no, nothing of mine should stand. I want to submit to your glory. I submit to your greatness. When we go to our elders, many times, what is the bhava? Some of the great teachers, some of the great elders, why do we touch their feet? So their ahankar gets pampered. No, isn't it? Why do we do that? Is it for them or is it we do it for us? It is for us that we do it. It's not for them. And nobody can demand it also. That is one more thing. Sometimes, I am older than you. Brothers will tell to sisters, no, I'm 50 days older than you. You better touch my feet. I give you Ashirwad. That's not it. Here, he has recognized. He's recognized. And he says, no, no, no. Like in the temples, we see people fully prostrating. Arjuna does that completely. He does a full namaskar, full sashtang dandavat to this Vishwarupa. And now we see Arjuna speaking. What is Arjuna speaking? Because we saw perspective of Sanjay. We have our own perspective, but let us hear it from the horse's mouth. Let us hear it from Arjuna. Arjuna uvacha pashyami devanstava deva dehe sarvanstatha bhuta vishesha sanghan brahmanamisham kamalasanastha mrushisha sarva nuragansh divyan. Arjuna spoke, all the gods and divine beings I now see, emanating and expanding from within thee. Seated in the cosmic lotus, Brahma is the epitome of grace. I also see the mystic sages and those of the divine serpent race. He says, look at this. All the gods are awakening and coming from you. Means we only have the Bheda, isn't it? This god is different. This god is Saumya. This god is Ugra. This god is like this. Ma Saraswati is like this. Ma Kali is like this. Maheshwari is this way. But if you look at from a higher concept, from a higher, you understand the oneness. And Arjuna is actually getting to visualize this. All the gods are coming from you. Not just that. He says, look, even Brahma is visible. And see how beautiful, how graceful. Probably he's got the proper experience of how Brahma looks. Is he exactly like how in the Puranas he's described with this big beard, seated in what? He's seated in a cosmic lotus. He says he looks so graceful. That Brahma's vision is also something unbelievable. He goes on further. Arjuna says, अनेकबाहुदरवक्षनेत्रं पश्यामि त्वां सर्वतोऽनन्तरूपं नान्तं न मध्यं न पुनस्तवादिं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूप. Oh Vishweshwara, I have got your Vishwarupa. He just, it's like he's ecstatic and almost screaming. He says, countless arms, stomachs, heads, and eyes. We all have our own definition of a good body, correct body. It's like this, two arms, one head, two legs, all of this. But no, this is just what we can say there's no definition of this type of morphology, what Arjuna is witnessing. And he says so many, he says countless arms, countless stomachs. What are they digesting? Where are they? How many heads are there? How many eyes are there? He says, I can see all your infinite form, vaster than the skies. Neither a beginning nor an end to it can I conform. Oh, I behold once more the Lord of the universe's universal form. He says, I don't know where is it beginning, where is it ending. Just imagine where Arjuna is standing. He's now losing sense of dimensions also. Is Krishna in front of me? Or is he behind me? Or is he surrounding me? Where is he and what is this? What kind of form is this? It's something which is crazy. He goes on describing only. He says, Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rashim Sarvato Deeptamantam Pashyami Tvam Durniriksham Samantat Deepta Nalarka Dyutima Prameyam. With thy crowns, maces, and discs of destruction, I witness thy opulence that pervades in every direction, thy overwhelming iridescent luminance. Oh, so bright, thou art like a brilliant, blazing mass of fire and light. Krishna is saying this. Arjuna is saying this. He says, see so many crowns. They are beautiful. He says, look at the maces, how many you are having. That time, these maces were a weapon, isn't it? That were used for war. He says, not only that, and now chakras. You have so many destructive discs with you also. I'm able to see that. Only he had heard of it. He had heard of, okay, there is a nuclear weapon in the arsenal. Nobody knows what it is. But now he's seeing, and he's seeing many of those chakras also. I witness the opulence, that your richness of your vision, of your majesty is spreading in all the 10 directions, the Dasha Disha. We know of the 4 directions, isn't it? North, south, east, west. But why is it 10? In our Sanatan, they talk about 10 Dasha Disha, meaning the top also, bottom also, northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest, all of it. All directions, he says, your brilliance is pervading. And he says there's an iridescent luminance, and you are looking like a blazing mass of light and fire. What is this iridescence? Anybody? This phenomenon of iridescence, have you heard of it anywhere? Emanation of light, and not just emanation of light of one shade. The emanations also keep changing hues. That is that phenomenon, and this is what is happening in the Vishwarupa also. So many different hues, they are changing continuously. It's a dynamic darshana, not a static one. He goes on further. He says, Twamaksharam now is a beautiful statement because this same Arjuna was teaching Krishna about Shastra, in the first adhyay. If you recollect, he was saying, you don't know what will happen, what papa will come. You see, Sanatan Dharma will get destroyed if you do not do this. Look at it, I have to, for the sake of the world, for the sake of everybody, because I am the guardian, is what Arjuna felt. The guardian of Sanatan Dharma, he is the custodian of it. Now he suddenly realized his mistake, and he then cries out loud. He says, Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam, tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam, tvam avyaha shashvata dharma gopta, sanatanastvam purusho mato me. The highest immaculate truth that by man can be known, the foundation upon which our universe has grown, the indestructible guardian of righteousness eternal, I believe thou art the one, celestial and supernal. Krishna is saying, the highest truth, it is you. And beautifully he ends saying, Sanatanastvam Purusho Matome. You are Sanatan, you are the reason this dharma is also Sanatan, because our guardian is also Sanatan. How many attempts were made to destroy us? Our Bharata has that itihas, no? People have been coming to destroy only, not to receive and spread. How beautiful life would have been in so many parts of the world if they had taken that Sanatan wisdom. But no, they only got attracted with what is outside, what we call fool's gold. And that is why they ran after that, but not this. But this they could not touch. The fire of Nalanda burned for so many days. And why was it burning? To burn books. Books are what? Books are a source of wisdom. But are books only the source of wisdom? No. From where did the books come? Where did the rishis connect with? Which consciousness did they connect it? And who can dare touch that source? 100 new books, 100 new, even 100 Vedas may come up in the future. Who knows? When the race of man rises in consciousness, directly connects. So what if we lost a lot of Upanishads? Newer Upanishads will be written. They will be rewritten. Why? Because that link with the divine, and that is the supreme one which Krishna talks about. He says, you are, and Arjuna is saying, you are that guardian. Sanatanastvam Purusho Matome. This is my firm opinion. I don't have any doubts about this. You are the foundation on which humanity is progressing. All of humanity is progressing. Krishna goes on. He says, Anadimadhyantam anantaviryam anantabahum shashisuryanetram pashyami tvam diptahutashavaktam swatejasa vishwamidam tapantam. Thou hast neither beginning, nor middle, nor end. The universe burns with the heat that thy fires send. Thy arms infinite and thy eyes are the sun and the moon, and thy face appears to me like a blazing, fiery cocoon. Your, your chehra is, your face is just Agni is what he's saying. I can see that. It's like, it's as if the face is on fire. I mean, just watching a flame is sometimes crazy. If the flame is a little bigger, it becomes a little more scary. But here he says, your face only is fire, and look at it, this heat which is heating up the universe. A few temperatures increase, our life becomes up and down. Oh, what a horrible summer. This is very wrong. What sin did I do to experience this summer? All people even start writing poetry about how bad the summer is, just little bit. But here Arjuna is watching a blazing fire. It's like an inferno standing in front of him. How is this inferno not burning the divine? The heat is only troubling Arjuna so much. He's not able to understand it. Somewhere he's now getting what we can say slightly afraid, while he was earlier happily experiencing, saying, "Oh, beautiful! See, all the Naga races are there. I can see Brahma, how graceful, all the devas. Dhanyosmi, I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm what we can say, overwhelmed." Now suddenly the fear aspect is entering into it. The universe is burning, is what he's saying with thy fires. He goes on further, he says, Dyava Prithivyor idam anant idam antaram hi vyaptam tvayekena dishasya sarvaha drushtvadbhutam rupamugram tavedam lokatrayam pravyathitam mahatman. It is not just in the bhuloka, on the trayaloka there is fear, is what he is saying. The heavens, the earth, and all of space, they are all but extensions of thy divine grace. By a vision of thy fiery form, only fear reigns amongst the skies, the earth, and the nether planes. So Arjuna is feeling that. My question is fear necessary? Is it necessary? It's happening, that is true, but is it necessary? The strength is so overwhelming, but is that bhava of fear required now? Anybody?
For Arjun,
Just even for Arjun or for anybody for that matter, at this moment, getting the darshana, is the fear necessary or it cannot be avoided only?
it cannot
It cannot be
not
avoided.
necessary,
Why?
but not because it is so overwhelming.
It's so overwhelming. And it's because there's a Dvaita Bhava, isn't it? I am different from the divine. I am different. Arjuna is still pursuing. He's not recognizing Krishna everything. He's also part of that divinity. Should not be afraid of seeing this. He should be overwhelmed. This fire, he is my Sarathi. He is the one. Will he burn me? Will he kill me just like that for asking Vishwarupa? Will this? No. What happens is this is the human nature. And that nature suddenly, you see, right now also, human nature is interfering with a probably even more beautiful darshana which can happen. Means this is what we call small adulterations. It's already refined, but maybe this is what is happening right now. Fear is entering inside. But in the next shloka, we see Arjuna is also seeing, he's getting a hint. He gets to see a set of beings who are not afraid also watching this Vishwarupa. He says, Amihi tvam surasangha vishanti kechid bhitaha pranjalayo grananti swasti yuktva maharshi siddha sanghaha stuvanti tvam stutivihi pushkalavihi. The groups of demigods are entering thee, both adoring and afraid I see. The liberated beings and sages thy praises sing, hymns for the prosperity of every living thing. So the Siddha Sangha only are not afraid. Even Devas who are having their typal existence is different. What they are saying, oh, what is this? this being is more powerful than us in front of them. For us, gods are super powerful. But for the gods, they are saying something and still they're having that Dvaita, isn't it? So they are afraid. But these Siddha Sanghas, the Siddha Rishis, they are free, probably singing hymns. What hymns they must be singing, looking at it. Sarve Bhavanti Sukhinaha, something like that. Let there be joy. Look at the guardian. All stutis, they're naturally flowing from their hearts. The fear aspect is not there. Only in these Siddha Sanghas. But everywhere else, we see fear only. And Arjuna is right now, though not ideal, but still, he is experiencing a lot of fear. Almost back to the panic state. Yes, Chaitanya ji wants to say something.
Yeah, probably because their surrender is complete. So
Hmm.
that is the reason
Yes,
they
so
don't have
what?
any fear or any.
Yes, yes. Who will have fear when you're afraid you're going to lose something, isn't it? I have this is mine, I have to keep this. When it is in front, it's like, take, tera tujhko arpan kya lage mera. Twadiyam vastu govindam. This sharira is also yours. Do what you want. Use me as an instrument. You want to use it as per your wish. You are the creator, you have the right. I'm not holding on to this. This is my property. It's like as simple as that. When you work on a land which is owned by somebody else, do you take ownership of that land? Or you recognize, chalo, that is the owner. The owner has kept that land, it is his. Yes, Chaitanya ji.
Probably we get attached to that land because of
Ah,
our efforts and everything.
yes,
So
yes. So I did it. Absolutely. So this aspect, this is even the great beings whom we call the devas also in front of that supreme power. But that doesn't give us the authority to call these gods are less or they're inferior. You stand in that place, you will understand. I remember I did not know there was one divinity inside of me when I was young only. I remembered it only when I was climbing up the ladder, when I was getting down from the ladder actually, because my father asked me go check if there is water in the tank. I quickly went running because chalo, it's okay. But while coming back, I saw and the ladder was a very small one and thin one, and suddenly I saw that ground, and then I don't know how Ram started inside. I did not even know I had that mantra inside of me. It happened because that is fear. Or once a very huge snake, a huge snake passed in front of me, but I was so glued to the ground as if somebody has, stuck my feet into the ground. It just slithered past me from a very short distance, but it was so huge and I was so small compared to that snake that I froze. That happens because our attachments, our sanskaras, our bandhanas, all of them hold us back. That is why Siddha Sanghas are what? You cannot ask a Kula of the Rishi. You don't ask what is the past of the Rishi or anything. He is now connected with the divine. He doesn't have to worry anything else. And that is why fear is also not there. Let us continue. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible
Yes,
now.
Hariom, am I audible? Right. Probably the Vishwarupa is so powerful. Talking about it is also overwhelming the network. So anyway, let us continue. So you see, only these Siddha Sanghas didn't have any fear because they have nothing to lose. And all is the divine. So everything belongs to the divine. What is going to happen? Everything is a zero-sum game. I lose something, I gain something. What is it? All is going back into what? Into that truth only. So this fear is not there. Fear is there when there is a separation, what we call viyoga. So they're afraid I will lose my personality. Many people, when they work on the spiritual, I cease to remain what I am. Will I become just what we can say? My identity will get destroyed and I will cease to exist. No, that's not the case at all. We will remain what we are, isn't it? On this Srishti, on this Bhuloka, another person like us will not be born. Was not born, will not be. That aspect will remain. What are we surrendering? We are surrendering all our inefficiencies. You are surrendering our deficiencies. What are our limitations? Why? We are making it available for the divine for transformation, for transforming and molding us. But many times that as this one person had asked, a very elderly person had asked my mother, no, what happens when you do surrender to a guru? That means you will have to obey like a robot. Everything is told. That was the actual genuine fear a person had. Ki what will happen? Will the guru then take over that person's life? That's not the case, isn't it? In our Vadisi Vande Guru Parampara from ancient times, this parampara is what? What does the guru take from the Shishya? Anything material? No, not at all. It's not. Even the Guru Dakshina was also taken by the Guru just for keeping the humility in the Shishya, and that Guru Dakshina also was not always well. Nowadays, we go, we pay for courses, we receive courses in return. And what happens? One person had, I actually had a chance of meeting a higher education minister department from here only. And he took my test the day I went. I actually went to invite him as a guest. He started asking, what is Veda? I was like, Arey yaar, galti se Viva room mein aa gaye. And he started, I said, okay, Veda begins like this. And he suddenly stopped me when I started saying the mantra. No, 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 I don't want that. I was so surprised. And then he said, I have attended this particular Varga. This is somewhere here. I learned this course. I said, did you learn it from here? From this person? He's like, yes. You see, the people, we have to change this world. Everybody has wrong identity, knowledge. We have to give them the right knowledge. And I learned it from this person. I said, oh, yes, yes, sir. He's our neighbor. We know him very well. He was again, he became suddenly silent. But then when I went outside and met him, also the person was saying, see, this world is like this. There is so much. I don't see any hope in the world. Now, when that hope is being transferred, there's no hope. This person is also having that bhava only, isn't it? That bhava. And this person feels he has purchased the Vedas. Can anybody purchase the knowledge of the Vedas by enrolling in a crash course? No, it's not possible. It's not possible. But this, what we happen is our human nature keeps coming in. Right now, Arjuna is also having that problem. Instead of actually being like this Siddha Sangha, he can experience the rasa of the Vishwarupa even better. But that is still not happening because of this fear. But it's okay. At least we can relate to Arjuna. Otherwise, we'll say Arjuna is a different alien only. He is not like us. Fortunately, Arjuna is very much like us. But you see, not just Arjuna, all the Vedic devatas also, the great forces we talked about, Rudras, Vasus, all of them, they are also transfixed. You see, Rudra, Aditya, Vasavo, Yecha, Sadhya, Vishveshvino, Marutash, Pascha, Gandharva, Yaksha, Surasiddha Sangha, Vikshanti Tvam, Vismitaschaiva Sarve. The Rudras, the Adityas, the Vasus and the Sadhyas, the Ashwini Kumars, the Vishwas, the Maruts and the Ushmapas, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras and the beings perfect, transfixed on thy vision. Only awe their eyes reflect. You see, Rudra is described Uchair Ghoshaya Krandayate iti Rudra. The Rudra is the one who is screaming loudly. It's like a storm. Just like the worst of worst storms, you watch it. How is it going to be? I think even watching videos sometimes keep people the spooks. just watching a video, how powerful raw energy. That is Rudra. But this Rudra has suddenly forgotten and become silent in front of this Vishwarupa. The Rudras have become transfixed. All the push, this what we can say, the Ashwini Kumars also. They are the nimble horsemen of the Devatas who gave the knowledge of Ayurveda. They are supposedly on the horse, two gods, the twin deities, the Kumars of the Ashwins or the Ashwins. Suddenly they have stopped moving also. All, it's like suddenly Kala has stopped. Everybody is looking in one direction. Why Gandharva is also looking at the same side? The Asuras also are looking at the same side. Everywhere, Yakshas also, all the different kind of what typal beings, no? Different, these are all different typal beings. They have reached a particular state. They are having that. But all those forms also have suddenly stopped in front of this, and their eyes are focused on them. There is a mantra in the Rig Veda which says, Rashmi Mantam Samudyantam Deva Sura Namaskutam Pujayami Vivasvantam Bhaskaram Bhuvaneshwaram. Means Deva Sura Namaskruta. In front of that light, Deva also, Asura also. What will happen if a skeptic gets a darshan? Anybody? A skeptic who says, I don't believe in God, and suddenly gets a darshan in front of the skeptic, the Divya darshan happens. What's going to happen? There will be submission only, no? Isn't it? They will be frozen. He'll be frozen. He'll fall to his knees. Suddenly, the person who has lost all hopes, he sees the darshana. The person will start dreaming again. Broken dreams also suddenly start appearing. Yes, hope, aspiration, all these start coming in front, and that is exactly, it's not just what we can say an outer appearance, it's something, it's a very dynamic one, it's a spiritual experience in all directions. Suddenly, that realization has come. We'll stop at one more because we'll stop at the 23rd shloka. Arjuna is right now afraid on getting this realization. He says, Rupam mahatte bahuvaktra netram mahabaho bahubahu rupadam bahuduram bahudanshtra kayalam društva lokaha pravrathitatmathaham. Oh, magnificent Lord with many faces, many eyes, limitless, with strong arms, bellies, and feet, each countless, myself, all the nations, and the world, find thy form terrible, with infinite feet. Thou strikest a fear unbearable. The bhaya is too much, he says. This bhaya is not getting over. Look at your form. Look at it. I'm not able to understand. I'm not able to even reconcile that this is my Krishna, my dear Krishna. Who is this in front of me? I cannot bear this vision, is what he says. This is unbelievable, is what Arjuna is saying. So many faces, so many eyes. Means the very thought of multiple eyes itself, if the person has 3 eyes, what will happen? People will start calling the person freak. What is this? What is this person is having so many? What is this? Is this a person? Is this a human? Is this a god? What is this existence that devas also have got frozen? Arjuna says, no, I only fear. And this is where we probably stop today.
Hariom,
The
sir.
one who had a lot of ananda, now getting fear, and is going to become Vaishaji. Hariom.
There's
Yes,
some disturbance in the
yes.
line, sir. We can't hear you clearly.
Yeah, there is a
All right. Okay, what did you hear me last, please? If you can tell me.
Sir, the voice, with the breaking voice, the fearful vision, which is unbearable for Arjuna, uh, is what
Yes,
I heard.
yes, yes. All right. All right, ji. So this is unbearable, like for our network also, talking about Vishwarupa. Arjuna right now he cannot accept, he cannot understand how is it? He's Krishna. He's Krishna, that who is his Sarathi. He was asking him in the first adhyaya, take my battle, take my chariot to the center of the battle. I want to find out who is. It was almost treating him like a Sarathi. And look at it, from his Sarathi has arisen the supreme Vishwarupa. How is it possible is something Arjuna is not yet understanding, but right now his logic is not functioning at all. He's just driven by the Indriyas. Arjuna only asked, no, for Vishwarupa, or it was somebody else. Sometimes it is, you should be careful what you are asking for. He did not imagine the Vishwarupa to be so scary. He did not imagine that this is the full way of working. He's not able to fully understand it. And right now it's overwhelming. And he says, I can experience. Just it is just something brilliant. Arjuna's presence surrounded on all directions with the divinity. Is not able to identify beginning, nor middle, nor end. The colors are changing, the fragrances are changing, the sounds are changing, visuals are changing. Isn't it showing one more aspect at her limitations of our indriyas in front of the Supreme Divine? Very limited, isn't it? Can I try to get an understanding of the entire universe by my mind? Is it possible? No, it's not. I was suffering from the thermodynamics exam and I was a mechanical engineer because getting to understand the thermodynamic equations in the syllabus only was difficult for me. Imagine the entire energy transfers of the universe I have to sit and understand. I think that will only be a great what we can say source of fear for me. Suddenly all energies transfers taking place everywhere. What cosmic connections are happening? Why is it happening? Sometimes we fall also. You identify why you have fallen and it's good that you have fallen. What's going to happen? Our way of living, our way of understanding something. It's something. This is a darshana which is beyond the mind. It is also indicating the limitation of the senses. Indriyas, we're not discarding them. We have to fine tune them to be able to help us to take a leap to that consciousness which is beyond the mind. Mind is just what we can say an intermediary in that. But right now, mind is the big interference for Arjuna. In this darshana only, his mind is making him shake with fear. Just like how he was shaking with fear in the very first adhyaya also. That time he was shaking with depression. Now he's having a different experience. So this is the sense indriya functioning happening continuously. Maybe Arjuna will have to go slightly higher, and probably Krishna is going to give that. So let us conclude today. If anybody can give a summary, something you remember, you are welcome. Whatever we saw today, and then we'll conclude with the Shanti Mantra. After which, if any queries are there, you are most welcome. Yes, Ji. Anybody? Yes, sir. Yes, Ji. Chaitanya Ji.
Yeah, so as Arjuna had requested Sri Krishna to show his Vishwaroop, Sri Krishna agrees, and he says that all of his forms in all of shapes, dimensions, and usage, they all will start appearing. So uh, he also says that no one on the earth has actually seen this in before, and this is kind of unique. So he grants that special Divya Drishti to Arjun because with normal indriyas and senses, he will not be able to perceive and understand or see it completely. So that is granted by Shri Krishna first. And then the Vishwarup starts appearing with all 33 types of gods and with infinite eyes, heads, warheads, weapons, everything. At the same time, it is adorned and has beautiful fragrances and different sounds are coming. And it is like radiating like thousand suns have risen together. So there is this Teja that we call that is there. And looking at all of this, Arjuna is actually awestruck because he had not imagined all of this coming from his Sarthi. Yes, Shri Krishna was his friend. He had acknowledged or understood that there is a divinity present, but he had not imagined that all of this would be coming from Krishna. So when he actually sees it, he is actually awestruck, and he actually realized that, I mean, he also sees Brahma and everything and different gods coming through Krishna only, and he realizes that there is no beginning or end to all of this. It is, I mean, like completely occupied everything and everywhere. And yeah, actually there comes a point where uh, he also starts becoming a little afraid because there is this very, I mean, he says I mean, it is described as like face is on kind of fire. There is this heat that is coming in, and all gods looking at those forms, even they are little fearful because probably they also feel that what is there in front of them might that might actually, you know, completely you can say, I cannot say destroy, but it is so powerful that they are not actually anywhere near when they're actually standing in front of him. So they are also a little bit afraid of it. But the only people who are not afraid are Siddha Sanghas, that those yogis who have surrendered completely, and because they don't hold on to anything, they realize that everything is of their consciousness only, nothing is their own. They are not actually afraid of losing anything. And as you said, the fear comes with the sense of losing something. So because that is not there, they are not afraid. And yeah, I mean, probably Arjuna will now try to say that, I mean, he has realized things, he has seen it, and probably I'm not sure how long he can continue looking at this roop. So probably we will see what happens next.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfectly said, Chaitanya. This is the, link between the sense and the mind. The senses agitate the mind. That is why the yogis talk about transcending the senses. Many times. Look at this. He's now realized his earlier his sensual disturbance only, isn't it? What's happening? Look what's happening to the world. Guardian, I am the guardian, custodian of this world. Ahankar has come in, isn't it? He starts asking Krishna, who is a savior, who tried his best as his friend, as a neutral, what we can say, impartial person. He tried his best to prevent the war from taking place, going as the Raja goes as a mediary. But what does Arjuna say? Were we greedy for wealth? Were you also part of this? Did you have desire? And who is he asking? He's asking him. And he says this Shashwata Dharma, which will get destroyed if I participate in this battle. And now he says, Sanatanastvam Purusho Matome. With folded hands, he says, you are the Sanatan guardian. It is you, thou art the one. So what was happening there is what he saw agitated him. That agitated his mind. And that agitation was not allowing him to realize the full truth. Right now, also, his senses are getting afraid. That is agitating his mind, and he's not able to fully perceive the truth of the Vishwarupa. Just imagine, Vishwarupa is by my side. He is my Sarathi. Which battle? I'll go to all three lokas also if want. I will create more lokas along with the Vishwarupa. No problem, no fear at all. He is there on my side. But no, he's saying, what if he now throws his energy? One spark of fire from this inferno comes, falls on me, I will get destroyed. So this fear, this aspect is always there, and that is why Gita also talks about it. If you look at the symbolic aspect in this adhyay, it is this. His Krishna, his beloved, his Sakha. One is he's not able to understand how can my Sakha be Vishwarupa? First, he is my friend. He cannot be like this. I don't believe this. So that is again mental interference which is taking place, logical interference. What is supralogical? What is beyond that? How will you identify it? Only once you tame your senses and then try to reach out to that dream. Arjuna right now is not yet ready for that. That is why Gita does not come end with Vishwarupa Darshana. That is just, we are midway in the Gita because this is a part. One thing is first timing the senses right now. Arjuna has to learn because even right now he's not getting the complete perception of what is this Vishwarupa. So I think with yes, Hariom, can we conclude with the Shanti Mantra then? Yes, please. If anybody has any queries, you are most welcome. Sarve bhavanta sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyit dukkha bhag bhave. Hariom tatsat, Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna. Any queries? Most welcome, ji. After which we can.
Yes, I
Jai
want
Shri,
to ask, like,
Yes, Dr. Swarupa ji. Yes, ma'am.
no, Jai Shri Krishna, I said.
Oh, you said Jai Shri Krishna. Oh, did somebody ask something?
yes, I
Okay,
asked.
yes, Aditi ji. Sorry,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
please tell me.
asking that did Dhritarashtra and Sanjay also had Vishwarup Darshan?
Dhritarashtra does not have eyes, he's hearing from Sanjay. Sanjay
But
got it by Vyasa's blessing. Vyasa gave that vision to Sanjay. Sanjay got it by Vyasa Prasadena. Actually, this Prasad was going to go to Dhritarashtra, but you see, again, he turned it away. He said, no, I don't want it. All my life I have not seen. Why will I watch Kurukshetra right now and watch me? He somewhere he knew his children are wrong, though they are very powerful, though he knows everything, he cannot tolerate. He knew somewhere in his heart that this is wrong and they are going to suffer. So he didn't want to watch it. So according to the Mahabharata, it was Vyasa's blessing which allowed him to see. They say one more character, Barbaric, was also able to see. But that is related to the realm of Mahabharata. That is something which requires intense research to actually identify exact shlokas. For me, I'm very limited to the Gita only. So this is the thing about, yes, they had the opportunity. Dhritarashtra had the opportunity. Again, his mind, no, I would not want to. Many times it happens. We turn the divine away. Not that there is a way without the divine. Every way is there. But we feel no, not now, not now, not now, not I'm not ready. I think we should also not decide whether we are ready or not, isn't it? If the divine decides I'm ready, divine says I'm ready, I'm ready. He'll say, Chalo, theek hai, go on this map. But because of our preconceived notions, our own assumptions, our own presumptions, we deny an experience which is always available for all of us. Yes, Ji. Hari Om, Ji. Yes, Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om, sir. Hari Om. Namaskar, sir. Hari Om.
Hare Om, sir.
Hari Om. Hari Om,
Hari
ji.
Om.
Jai Shri Krishna. Hari Om.